Hi, I'm Veronica Deca, and welcome to Beauty and Fashion Talks here on Arise News. Join me as we chat about the latest in fashion news and beauty. Be sure to keep up with us as we stay on top of trends and key players in the industry within Africa and around the world. Now, I know how difficult it was for me to get dressed on my wedding day and find that perfect dress, and how it is for most women. And I went from city to city, store to store to get that perfect one. So when I heard that there will be a bridal week right here in Lagos, where brides will have the luxury of viewing a plethora of wedding dresses from local and other African designers, I knew I had to give you guys all the scoop. That's right. So joining me today is Wunmi Wemi Akinsola, fashion designer and project manager of Lagos Bridal Week. And she's going to be telling us all about what we need to know. And before she joins me, I'll be giving you the latest fashion and beauty news from around the world. Don't go anywhere, because Fashion and Beauty Talks will be right back. Zashadu, the luxe Nigerian handbag brand, has gone eco-friendly. Yes. They recently introduced recycled brown boxes, replacing their notable black and gold packaging. And get this, the dust bag is made with sustainable cotton and flax mixture straight from Kano. The designer bag is quite the leader in fashion industry, having been worn by the likes of Chimamanda Adichie, a bag and a big supporter of this brand. This is what I would like to call eco-friendly fashion. Now, who says palm kernel can just be used for only food? If they did, they're wrong. Interestingly, natural hair and beauty care brand Root Organics recently launched in Abuja. And yes, I said it, they are selling palm kernel, not used for soup or for cooking, but for your skin. Now, Root Organics sells a flurry of natural products such as shea butter and oil, black soap, and my favorite, coconut oil. Now, I'm really liking this natural care wave. I think it's here to stay. Let me know what you guys think. And keeping it local, we can't get enough of Lisa Falawiel's mix and match of prints and patterns. Recently, the clothing line launched their collection at Raleigh Gallery entitled Textures, Chaos, and Systems. Fueled with pops of primary colors and distinct lines, the collection attracted fashion enthusiasts who interacted eagerly during the show. Now, the interactive presentation could be categorized as a live art show. Well done to the team. In other news, Bajan Batgirl Rihanna announces the launch of her lingerie line, Savage Times Fenty. Got me so excited. The singer took to her Instagram to share with her followers in a sneak peek post one of her most intimate pieces. Now, from what I can see, the collection is nothing short of sexy, sultry, and filled with lots of pink. Oh, and get this, the line will be available in range of sizes from 32A to 44 triple D for bras, and extra small 3 times in underwear. Rihanna continues to push that conversation of inclusion, and there's no stopping this Rock Nation artist. Savage Times Fenty will be available worldwide in May. It's now time for a really short break, but don't touch that dial, because I'll be speaking with Wunmi Wemi Akinsola, so stay tuned. Welcome back to Fashion and Beauty Talks on Arise News. I'm Veronica Deca. In response to the growing demand and patronage for indigenous brands in bridal fashion, the concept of Lagos Bridal Fashion Week was conceived. Wunmi, Lagos Bridal Fashion Week's project manager, is right here with me, and she's going to be telling us what brides and grooms-to-be, bridal stylists, buyers, and other key stakeholders should be looking out for during the week. Welcome, Wunmi, to the show.
Thank you for
So glad to
having
have
me.
you. You look nice, very bridal fashion.
Really, very colorful, I thought. Thank you.
Good to have you on. So let's really get right into it. You know, I mentioned earlier on that I'm super excited about this bridal week, because when I was getting married, I was all over the place looking for a gown. You know, sometimes you don't know what you want. So I feel like when there are weeks like this that are catering to so many individuals, it's a good opportunity. So I want to know, and I'm sure people at home are eagerly like, Bridal Week. So what's this Bridal Week about? So share with me, what can you tell us?
Okay, so I think the Nigerian bridal fashion industry is a very, very large one. It's explosive. It's probably a multi-billion-naira industry. Just the fashion on its own.
So what do you mean when you say just the fashion on its own?
In terms of what the bride wears, what the groom wears, the train, in terms of what the mother of the bride wears, wedding guests as well.
Okay.
So it's obviously very exclusive. I'm sure you've been to weddings and you've seen how sometimes ostentatious people can be and how much effort they put into what they wear. So
this is off of the fact that we like to celebrate. We're always and so many people come because it's more of a family community thing when people are getting married, and so many people are involved. So that's really interesting.
Yeah, exactly, and it's so different from everywhere else in the world. I think one of the main goals of Bridal Fashion Week of Lagos Bridal Fashion Week is to make Nigeria sort of like a bridal fashion capital of Africa at the very least, just because obviously it is sort of like a main focal point of bridal fashion. A lot of people come from outside of Africa into Nigeria to buy their wedding outfits and to sort of, and even a lot of people even replicate Nigerian bridal style now around in other parts of Africa. So it's a very interesting time.
So why now? I know that, you know, bridal season, I was having this conversation with someone and we're talking about bridal season. I'm like, do we really have a bridal season here? Because all year round, people get married. So is this tying in with a bridal season per se? Because why now?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's that Nigeria has a bridal season. As you said, yes, there's a wedding every weekend. But
or two.
Yeah. But I think we took into consideration the global bridal fashion calendar and so sort of put our show on in May, because obviously the other part of the world, so for example, Barcelona, New York and London all fall within the spaces of April and May. So we just thought it'd be a perfect timing to put Lagos Bridal Fashion Week in May.
In May, so that people can kind of get ready. I know that people spend a lot of money on bridal gowns, and so could that be just because of preparation? You know, sometimes, even I think in America, summers seem to be really big on weddings because people prepare for times where it's not hot and the climate doesn't necessarily interfere. And in Nigeria, I know during Christmas time, because people are, like I said, it's a community thing, so people are here and
there are probably more weddings in December. So I think this is perfect timing for any bride
to start getting ready, right?
Yeah, exactly. So obviously, I think the goal of the show as well, one of the goals of the show is to bring in a lot of international designers that Nigerians might not ordinarily have access to or might have to fly out to see. So that again just makes it much more convenient for brides to be.
Okay, so I do know, mentioning, just to follow up with that, mentioning international designers, but they seem to have African, because I know that David Tilali is coming from South Africa, and who else is going to be coming that people can kind of look forward to seeing?
Okay, I'm personally looking forward to seeing Wunmi Kosiba.
Okay, yes, he's a big one.
I'm also looking forward to seeing Brides by Nona. I'm also looking forward to seeing what Virgo's Lounge is going to show us this time around for their bridal collection. So generally, I know I said international designers, but I mean sort of like more Nigerian and African designers in diaspora. So obviously we're Lagos Bridal Fashion Week is set up by an agency called Call Her Classic, and our mission is basically to find gaps in the fashion market in Nigeria and to see how we can sort of help evolve the industry. And obviously, bridal fashion is one of the biggest parts of that.
Because I feel that what you guys are doing is really great. You're acting as a platform between sourcing the designers as well as connecting them with the enthusiasts in the industry. So not only just focusing on the brides, like you said, but also the mother of the bride, or you know, the bridesmaids, or the groom, you know, and other aspects of it.
And even wedding guests. So we have 4 main segments of the show.
Okay.
So that's going to be the runway shows, which will run from 6 to 10 p.m. every evening from the 4th to 6th of May.
4th to the 6th of May,
4th to the 6th of May. Yes, and then we have the exhibition space, which is where we have sort of like bridal designers and wedding guest designers and
so almost like the others from the bridal.
Exactly, from the bridal world, who might not necessarily be runway style. I don't want to say ready because some of them are, but just more sort of basically it takes less work to exactly. But so we have that space where people can come in and shop. People can come in and buy what they would wear to a wedding. People can come in and buy what their train would wear, what their chief bridesmaids would wear. We also have stuff for men as well. We have stuff for the grooms. We have stuff for the groomsmen.
What about the children? Like the little bride, is there like a section that will cater to them? The little bride
not at this show, not this year. This is our maiden edition. So we are trying new things, and I think children's wear is obviously a very important part. But I think we're trying to start with the most important.
To see how this goes first.
Exactly.
So talking about that, is there plans for maybe expansion or continuing next year, or more within Africa, or even in London, or say moving it across the waters, or?
No, I think other parts of the world seem to have it.
Their own. So this is
they have their own.
So
this is focused here in Nigeria. Yeah. Obviously, we might expose it to a lot more African designers outside of Nigeria because we have one South African designer. I think that's about it for
now.
For now. Just because obviously the agency is looking to expose Nigerian talent and Nigerian fashion. So I think it's best to start from home.
So let me ask you this, because I know that we talked a little bit about mother of the bride, and we talked a little bit more about bridesmaids. So when it comes to the designer selection that you guys are working with, or that the platform is working with, what are some of the criteria? Do we have traditional wear designers that are going to be showing on the runway? And if not, why or why not?
Yes, we do, because it's a very traditional wear is
huge.
If not, I personally think it's probably more important than the white attire in Nigeria, because that is our tradition. That is what we did first. So we'd have Patrick Ayansky on the runway. We have Shadiat Alashoke on the runway. We also have some of these amazing traditional wear designers in our exhibition space, so people can actually shop it.
So with an exhibition, is there movement? Are the clothes just on the mannequins there? And is it an open space so anyone can kind of just pass through during the day and just see the pieces?
Yes, so it sort of set up like a bridal boutique. Okay. So we're trying to make it very clean, very classy. We've got interior decorators designing the space to look like a bridal boutique, basically. So people will come in, shop, be able to sit down, have chats with the designers or with the exhibitors. You can buy things there. We have the designers would have racks. You can shop. You can pick what you want. The fabric sellers will have, the stuff displayed.
I mean, this is not, like we like to say, this is not a small thing, no. This is looking like a real production thing. So what goes into something like this? Your project manager, you're working on this, sleepless nights, to make sure that people are paying and coming to get their money's worth. What goes into this?
It definitely takes a lot of effort. So we've got a lot of teams working outside of the Koha Classic team. So we have a branding team, for example. We have the PR team. We have the production team who's handling the backstage as well. We have a lot of people.
So everyone's just working together.
Everyone's working together, trying to figure this out. We also have the styling team. And really a lot of great people, photographers, videographers, event planners, decorators. So it is a lot. There are a lot of people on board.
And so touching on that with teamwork, like I say, making the dream work, you recently you dabbled into styling and you did the campaign, which I think was really pretty. And there was like a whole video on it, really, really pretty. So I want to know your experience with that. You use the traditional, you seem to do very classy, clean pieces that we represent, wedding dresses. But what else could be different, for people that are watching it and saying, yes, this is the normal thing we see, but what can someone who wants to get married, who's extremely trendy, now in 2018, what can they get? What could be different when it comes to terms of styling or buying pieces, wedding dresses?
Yeah, okay. So in our office, we always have this argument about color, wearing color on your wedding day, possibly. Yes. And I personally for that, but no one else in the office seems to think that that's a good idea.
To wear color.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's some sort of shame on your family or something if you're wearing color on your wedding day. But I personally think that that's a really
good trend.
Good trend. Obviously not like a pure red or blue dress, but you can have pops of color here and there. You can have, I don't know, like pink flowers or floral, something cute.
Kind of show your individualism.
Exactly,
to
exactly.
It, and not just kind of being cookie cutter, because everyone's not the same, right?
I think a bit of color is definitely a good trend.
Standing out,
Yes.
a good trend to
Yes.
stand. Okay, well, I definitely want to continue this conversation. We have to go for a really short break, but we're heading for one right now. When we come back, this conversation will continue with Wunmi. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Fashion and Beauty Talks on Arise. I'm Veronica Odeka. If you're just joining us, before the break, Wunmi was telling me all about Lagos Bridal Week, and we're going to continue this conversation. So, Wunmi, you're still here.
Happy to be.
Yes, as always. So we were talking about trends, and you were saying that, for you don't mind wearing color on your wedding day, that could be a trend that is the way forward. So what other trends do you think brides or people can expect, or we should expect, in this evolving train of new fashion, I like to call it, in bridal industry?
I think I'm seeing a lot of more contemporary brides. So I don't know, brides in sort of like short dresses, more fashion-forward dresses, long sleeve dresses.
There seems to be something with this deconstructed piece.
Like edgier brides.
Yes.
I quite like that as well. I don't think I'd wear that, but I really like how some people are able to pull that off. Yeah.
Do you think that maybe we could do that for, what I would like to say, like maybe a second wedding dress, and some people change? What's the trend for you that you've seen in the UK as opposed to the trends here in Nigeria when it comes to wedding dresses or even bridesmaids? I know that here people seem to have large, the trains seem to be, 30 train deep, they're rolling, and sometimes each section has like different colors. That's the trend here. And then women change into their second wedding dress. What are some of the trends in the UK that might be different?
Okay, I think, yes, a lot of people, there are a lot more people involved in weddings here. I think Nigeria's taking it a bit personally if you don't involve them in your wedding. So you kind of have to, but in England it's a little bit different because, everyone just wants to celebrate, but in a quieter way.
In a smaller
way, yes. Yeah. So I think that transcends into the fashion, the wedding fashion. And I think people are a bit plainer, not in a bad way, but just
more simple.
Yes, more simple, less. I don't know, dresses are not as big, less busy. A little bit more classic. But here, I think, and I prefer it here, to be honest. People are a lot more
adventurous. And you think more risk-taking with their style.
Yes, more adventurous with their style, definitely. And that's very down much up my street.
Yeah. Okay. Well, talking about people being a bit different and adventurous, I know the bridal week is encompassing a lot of different avenues as far as like the runway shows, and you have the exhibitions. What about people that, second time around, I like to call them? For instance, if you've been married before, or there's some people that eloped, they never got to have a wedding, a proper wedding. What can they expect? And are they invited? Is there something for them as well?
Of course they're invited. We were having a conversation about this a few days ago. We were talking with our stylist, and we were talking about people who maybe are having their 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, so like my anniversary is coming up. I won't say how many years, you guys, but it's coming up. So my first wedding, I like I said before, I had to find my dress, and I was so young then, and I wanted to show off, so my dress was all sleeveless, and now I'm like, when I look back, I'm like, I wish I would have been a bit more composed. So what about me? It's my anniversary.
I think there's definitely something for everyone.
Yeah.
There's definitely something for everyone. So, for example, we have designers like April Baikumbi, Andrea Yama, and Maya Tafo showing within our installation space. So it will be set up like a museum.
Oh, wow.
Sort of
so that's
style.
what the installation is. This is interesting.
Exactly. With like mannequins, decorated really nicely. And I think those designers in particular are very sort of, I don't want to say unusual, but trendy.
Very, very
and very trendy. And so I think they would be appropriate for the kind of bride that you're talking about. So second-time brides, women who maybe are going to be having their vow renewals.
Or even for men as well.
Yes,
You can't marry yourself. You obviously, it might be a second. It might be a second wedding, or third, or fourth. Who knows?
No one's judging.
Yes, we're not judging. So there's something there for them.
For everyone, definitely. And even if you don't necessarily want to wear white, there will also be those options for those people. If you want to wear traditional, there will be those options for those people. I'm particularly looking forward to Shadia Alashoke's collection. I really love her aesthetics.
Her aesthetics is really cool. And moving on, I know it's wedding season is all year round, but there is a massive wedding coming up. Meghan Markle is going to be getting married to the prince. We're all excited about this coming up. So, in that situation, just giving your take, you're a designer, aesthetic, and experience. What would you say? Someone that is very American, but now you are marrying into a very royal, traditional family. Where do you strike that balance? In your opinion, what would be your advice if you had a client like that, or if she was your client? What would you say?
I think my advice to everyone is always to stay true to your
true?
style.
When you say stay true, what do you mean? How true can you be? If I like wearing short dresses.
Okay.
How true can I stay?
Maybe you can't. Maybe you can't wear short dresses, only because the whole world is going to be watching. But I think
maybe a little bit. Maybe like you said, with the color or.
Yeah, she could add a pop of. I highly doubt that she's going to be allowed to add a pop of
maybe
color.
Shoes?
I think they have. Shoes, yeah, she could definitely add a pop of color, like maybe some glittery shoes,
or something.
A hairstyle, jewelry. She's actually really, really great with her accessories. So I think that might be a good way to infuse some fashion into it, because she's quite stylish. But I hope they don't tone her down too much.
Exactly, that's what we're saying.
They tend to do that.
Yeah.
But I really liked Kate Middleton's dress, and she was within. What she was allowed to do.
What she was allowed to do. So, I know we don't have so much more time, but I definitely want to ask, how can people that want more information on the bridal week next week, how can they get tickets, or how can they get more information about that?
So we have a website, www.lagosbridalfw.com. You can also find us on Instagram at lagosbridalfw.com. We're actually you can actually buy tickets today at Kedra City Mall, today and tomorrow. You can also buy tickets at Genesis Cinemas. And you can also buy tickets on the day at the venue.
How much are they?
So they start at 3,000 for the runway show, but for the other part of the event, so the exhibition space, the installation, our consultation space where you can have consultations with designers, and our dressing room. So we're going to have like a bridal dressing room.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, where people can try dresses on. I'm really excited about that. I will personally be taking part. So you can, you can, those are free. So people can come in and do, hang around the day and then buy the tickets there on the day.
So the tickets would be for the show. That's what we're trying to say. The shows in the evening that start at 6 o'clock, did you say?
Yes, they start at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. Okay, great. So now everyone has all the information. People are informed. There's going to be glitz, glamour, bridal gowns, dresses, trad wear for mother of the bride, bridesmaids, everything fancy.
Everyone can come.
Everyone can come and browse through the day, make consultations, buy some pieces, and kick back and enjoy the show, right?
Yes.
So thank you so very much today for coming on. I appreciate it. That's all from Fashion and Beauty Talk today. Thank you so very much for watching, and goodbye for now.